Hey guys, how's it going? I hope everyone is doing well, day or night, whenever you tune in and see this. So we are going to be doing some general readings for both Aries and Taurus. So there will be timestamps provided after the live is done for some people who just want Aries or for some people who just want Taurus. All right, but yes, general readings can cover anything like love, work, friends, family, health, etc., money, all the things. All right, so just take it how it may resonate for you, and if there's parts that don't, that's okay. It's meant for someone else. Always feel free to check out your other placements with your sun, moon, and rising signs as well. And always check where your Venus is as well for matters of love in more detail. All right, so everyone is welcome regardless of where you may have Aries and Taurus in your chart. All right, but we are going to be starting with Aries. So I have shuffled all of your cards ahead of time, and I have taken your photo. I always take one photo of all the cards here on the table that I will be uploading later for free just on my Facebook page. So we'll talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, I wanted to go ahead and get into your reading here and do a sound bell real quickly, just to ground ourselves, for us to take a couple of deep breaths and feel ourselves in our body if we need to, and for me to connect with my guides as well, and all that good stuff. So if you are sensitive to sound, turn it down a little bit, or if you're listening with headphones. So I try not to make it loud, but sometimes it kind of gets to that point. Okay. So I also want to check real quickly before we do that our sound is okay. So looks like it is. So I'm going to go ahead and keep going here and just have our little background music in the background for the animals and all that stuff for the ambiance. All right. So again, we're going to do a quick little sound bell here for the Aries reading and get into it. All right. So this is going to be for Aries. Shake it out. All right. I think that was a good one. All right, Aries, let's see what we have coming up for you here in December. All right, so we'll talk about the placements real quickly before we get into all the details. But we're going to talk about the first 4 cards here at the top, and they may correspond to about a week's time frame or so. So I'll say the dates right now real quickly, and then I'll say them again when we're on each card. All right, but we're starting off here with the first card in the first week. Can be from around December 1st through the 8th. It's not set in stone. It's just a general guideline, since this is a general reading meant for multiple people. Second card can be from around December 10th through the 18th or so. The third card can be from around December 19th through the 25th. And the fourth card can be from around December 26th through the 31st, or maybe even into a little bit of January. All right, so let's go ahead now here, Aries, and call out your cards. So we've got the Queen of Cups in the reverse position. We have the Five of Staves in the right side up position. We've got the High Priestess in the reverse position, and we have the Hermit in the reverse position as well. All right, so let's see here, Aries. Before we get into all the details, I want to see what other zodiac frequencies are showing up here in your reading for some people who may be interested in that. All right, so you have 2 major arcanas, all right, and they're both in the future, current, present energies. So you've got the High Priestess, a little bit of Pisces, Scorpio energy, and then you have the Hermit, the official card for Virgo. So for you, Aries, some of you guys could be dealing with a Pisces, Scorpio, or a Virgo. You don't have to be, could also be referencing one of those seasons of this year, of last year, or even next year. Or it could be that you have a lot of those things heavily in your own birth chart, or someone else does. Or again, it means nothing at all, but I just like to mention it in the beginning, okay? Now, let's go ahead and see what is the majority of your minor arcana, okay? What's going to stand out here. So we've got 2 Cups cards, 3 Wands, and 2 Swords. So it's definitely going to be Wands. So the majority of your minor arcana being Wands. Wands can talk about our physical body, our health, our passion, and creativity within our physical body. It doesn't have to necessarily be bad health stuff, but it can just be, you know, kind of picking up those frequencies, all right? And again, when we're talking about wands or staves, it can also reference all the fire sign energy, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, all right? So again, it could talk about something in our physical body or health stuff, but just kind of keep that in the background since that could be a theme throughout your reading here, all right? But let's now kind of go one by one, Aries, and see what we have for you in your reading. All right, so we start off with your first card, the Queen of Cups in the reverse position. And then we said this could be from around December 1st through the 8th, but it's not set in stone. So this is a little bit of what I like to say as a gentle reminder or challenge, or a little bit of stagnant energy here. Guys, give me 1 second. My cat is playing with this stone or something, or crystal. I think it's a stone, and it's making a lot of noise. So give me 1 second, guys. Hold on. Pinky, what are you doing? You can't do that right now, Pinky. I'm doing a video. I know. Did you want me to see this stone? Thank you. Okay. Alright, guys. Sorry, that was like very distracting. Alright, Pinky, you can play with other stuff, but not with this wonderful little stone we have here. I think I got this from the beach, so it's not a specific crystal, but there you go. Alright, Aries, sorry about that. All the animals coming out and saying hello to you in the background anyway. So here with this Queen of Cups in the reverse position, this can talk about something emotionally unsatisfying or unfulfilling when it's in the reverse position. It can talk about a general feeling of, you know, not feeling confident in our own powers, or just not feeling confident in general, okay? It can also talk about having a, let me just turn this down for a second, commercials in the background. It can also talk about, you know, having a harder time, let's say, dealing with things that are non-traditional, okay? For some people, not for everybody, that part. But it's really just, again, not feeling emotionally satisfied or fulfilled, not feeling enough emotional support from others at this time, perhaps for some people in that first week of December, all right? But nothing lasts forever, right? And there's some other really good cards here. But when we're talking about your first card in particular here, Aries, we can be picking up energy from the recent past as well. That's kind of trickling into your reading here. So I feel that whatever this is, we would call this also a red light in your reading, let's say when we're talking about driving. So there's not a lot of action energy or forward momentum here. It's really a time to stop and kind of process like what's going on here, okay? It could also have something to do with emotional maturity, I'm hearing, okay? Because normally if the Queen of Cups was in the right side up position in this deck, we have the Guinevere. We have the Guinevere figure, and she's a younger queen, okay? So there is something about this emotional maturity maybe not being there yet, or feeling weird about some type of emotional maturity stuff going on here, okay? But let's keep going though and see, you know, what else we have here in your reading here, Aries. If I was to pause it right here and there was something that you wanted to accomplish within your own control during the month of December, like travel, let's say as an example, I would say that the second week is the best time to do that, Aries. So that could be from anywhere from around December 10th through the 18th, okay? Or even if it's not travel that you can control, it could be something that you want to manifest in particular. Again, the second week looks like the best time here for you to do that. All right, so let's go ahead and show you your second card here, Aries. So again, we go from the Queen of Cups in the reverse position to now we have the Five of Staves, also known as Five of Wands, in the right side up position. And it's almost like that Queen of Cups in the reverse position acted as a catalyst for your support system to show up here for you. You weren't feeling it before, perhaps, right? Or someone else wasn't feeling it before here. Waiting for the camera to focus. There we go. Sorry, the table's shaking a little bit. But here we see these four gentlemen, right? And they are architects and they're in Egypt, okay? And so they're drawing their plans of what next building they're going to build, let's say. All right, but the main energy of this card is they're not in competition with each other. They're there to take life a little bit less seriously and to bounce ideas off of each other. Okay, so remember in the beginning when I said the majority of your minor arcana here was wands, this is one of your wands cards. So again, it can talk about health or our physical body, getting passionate and creative within our physical body to take certain actions. Okay, so when this energy shows up here for you, Aries, it's really asking you to reach out to others and say, okay, you know, this didn't go according to plan. This didn't go A, B, C, D, E, right? What comes after that? All right, so another way to talk about it could also be here, Aries, that instead of using a pen, you're going to use a pencil so you can erase stuff, okay? So things aren't necessarily set in stone, but we want to be open to looking at something a little bit differently and using our support system to come in and help us. Because again, there was a lot of pressure with this Queen of Cups in the reverse position, maybe looking for, again, some type of emotional maturity or stepping into a leadership role. Someone was not feeling all the way in their confidence or their power here, maybe because there was a lot of pressure regarding this Queen of Cups energy. But then here with the Five of Staves or Five of Wands coming in, it's like, yes, you know, things are going to lighten up a little bit, okay, Aries, in that second week or so of December. All right, so that's really good. And again, this looks like you could call this definitely your orange to green light here in the second week, okay? It's not like a full green light. It feels like a transition between orange and green, let's say, again, if you're driving, all right? But this actually is where Spirit put two of your other cards underneath it, okay? So this is going to give us more insight in why this Five of Staves showed up here in your reading. I'm just going to switch here. All right, so you could say that these cards are energy from the past, and this is this current present energy, okay? So the past can be anything like a couple days ago, weeks, months, years, etc. Whatever the past is here for you, Aries, or for someone else, the general environment situation, of course, okay? So we've got another, well, you'll see it later. You have two aces throughout your reading, but this is your first ace here. So you've got the Ace of Swords in the right side up position, all right? And then you have the Princess of Wands in the reverse position here, okay? So it looks like there could have been a lot of mental clarity around your gifts, innate talents in the past with this Ace of Swords energy. There could have also been a lot more clarity here for you, Aries, around some type of ending, new beginning, all right? And when that really nice fertile energy, let's say, was happening in the past, then something might have happened where we have that Princess of Wands in the reverse position, something triggering you, triggering someone else. Again, the general environment situation here. And this again is your second Wands card, so it could have something to do with some small health issues in the past here, Aries, but it doesn't have to necessarily be health issues, but something with the physical body. All right, could be good stuff with the physical body, but it's more because it's in the reverse position, like there's an imbalance. Okay, so with the Princess of Wands in the reverse position, it could be that in the recent past or further back in the past, there was some type of communication or opportunity around health or around the physical body that either didn't happen or wasn't well received. Okay, so you know, for some, if there is or was some type of chronic health issues, maybe somebody was waiting for a message from their doctor, or if it wasn't health issues, it could be that somebody was waiting to let's say, start a new health diet or a regime or exercise program, something like this, but perhaps it just wasn't culminating, it wasn't coming to that point to take action in the past. Okay, and again, I feel like that is because there was such a pressure or seriousness, okay, that came in from that Princess of Wands in the reverse position, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, and then it needed to be more coming from a balanced place. Again, having all of these four architects here, having that support system, which is friends, family, lover, mental health care worker, etc., right? So it's like the Princess of Wands couldn't necessarily be right side up in the past because this needed to happen in the more future, current, present energies beforehand. Okay, sorry, I got some of my hair on the cards. All right. So let's keep going here, and I realize how quiet it is, so just turning the little background music up. My cat was going crazy in the background. I hope you guys could hear me okay. Once I took the stone from him, he still was hyper. So anyway, that's Mr. Pink Panther is my male cat, and he's orange and yellow, and if anyone knows about orange and yellow cats, they're very special. Okay. Little hyper things. All right, but anyway here, Aries, let's go ahead and figure out what we got going on here in your third week. Okay, your third card for December. So again, we go from excuse me, the Five of Staves in the right side up position to now the High Priestess in the reverse position in that third week. And we said this could be from around December 19th through the 25th or so, but the dates aren't set in stone. You could just say it's the middle of December, right? Whatever that translates for you. Time is fluid and relative, right? So it's hard to say as far as the timing goes. But here again, we have Pisces and Scorpio energy. But with the High Priestess showing up here in the reverse position, it could be here, Aries, that you are doubting something or not using your intuition fully is what I'm hearing. Again, Aries, this whole reading could be about you or someone you're dealing with, multiple people you're dealing with, or your general environment situation. Okay, so again, take it how it may resonate for you. But yeah, we want the High Priestess in the right side up position. We want to have trust in other people when we give them our secrets, right? Or if we're holding their secrets tight. So the High Priestess also talks about secrets. She has the knowledge of self and the scrolls and archaic knowledge, occult knowledge, right? She likes to read, right? So when she's showing up here in this reverse position though, Aries, it's like either one of your secrets is coming out or someone else's secret is coming out. But in general, it really feels like there is some kind of doubt here. You kind of could say it kind of relates to your first week too, when I was talking about doubting of self, right? In some way here with that Queen of Cups in the reverse position, doubting or fearing or hesitating with some type of emotional maturity or stepping into more confidence or a leadership role. So of course we can't necessarily do that if we're not feeling like we can trust ourselves even, right? So we really need to listen to our first reactions to things, our gut feeling. Like when you go into, let's say there's an open house and someone's selling their house, or you go into a store and you've never been into the store before, and you just get this either really good feeling or chill feeling, or you get a bad feeling. I mean, that's kind of what your intuition is at a basic kind of way of describing it here, okay, Aries? So it could have something to do with the general astrology as well during this time period. I do have that, you know, transitioning from the 3rd week to the 4th week, we are preparing for that full moon in Cancer towards the end of December. Okay, so if she was right side up, again, the High Priestess, we see the moon on her crown, on her hat, right? But it was in the reverse position. So we also have, you know, Mercury retrograde starts in December 13th, okay? And that would be more in the 2nd week, right? But it could be feeling more of its effects really by the 3rd week as well, okay? So normally when we talk about Mercury retrograde, it can be communication, delays, challenges, how we communicate with others and ourselves, and electronics, right? So here this could really be the High Priestess in the reverse position. It's like a communication problem with the self, right? Again, trusting the self enough. Again, our gut reactions, our first responses, how we feel deep down, okay? Sorry, let me turn this let me turn this down and get a little water here. But yeah, I'm going to look up over the astrology notes here again for you, Aries. Hold on. Yes, okay. So I'll talk about that more with the 4th card, but still looking over what else we have going on during the 3rd week of December. So, okay. On December 20th, we have Vesta, which is an asteroid, is also going to be but continuing as retrograde season, but it's going to be entering into air sign Gemini, okay? So Vesta rules aspirations, plans, goals, right? So when it goes into air sign Gemini, it can talk about having a more dream-like, story-like, communicative quality with the Gemini, but because Mercury is still going to be in retrograde, it could really have this dream-like quality where there's a stagnant energy here, again with the High Priestess in the reverse position, around those plans, goals, and aspirations. It could even talk about some small like domestic issues like within the house here, again something to do with the intuition. Then we officially move into Capricorn season. We have winter solstice on the December 21st, which is the shortest day of the year, longest night, right? A lot of people celebrate that as the new year, the beginning of the new year. So it's the darkest night, a longest night, I guess you would, no, it's, yeah, I said it backwards. It's the shortest day and the longest night. All right, so it is the beginning of winter starting to end, and then we slowly move towards spring, even though it may not feel like it, okay? So again, these are just kind of some general astrology notes in addition to what we said already about that card. But let's keep going and see what we have here, Aries, for your 4th week. All right, so now we have that Virgo energy I was talking about before. So we go from the High Priestess to now the Virgo in the the Hermit, yes, it is Virgo, in the reverse position here, okay? If they were both right side up, okay, Aries, they both represent intuition and going within. And you know, trusting our reactions to things and going away from the crowd. So it could be here, Aries, also that with the Hermit in the reverse position, you could be feeling a little distracted towards the end of December. It could be, again, something to do with, well, not again, I didn't say it yet, but it could have something to do with like not wanting to be antisocial, like wanting to have, again, all of those distractions. If this card was right side up, he's at the edge of the mountain. He's stepped away from the party, all the people talking, let's say, and he's going within. He's using his light. And so with it being in the reverse position, it could be, again, that there's lots of distractions, or maybe you like those distractions, Aries, in some way, okay? Again, depending on, you know, what you celebrate. Of course, we're going to have some holiday season during this time period as well. But we also have, when I was looking at the astrology notes, is Chiron is going direct, okay, on the same day as the full moon in Cancer on December 26th. All right, so that's going to be, you know, a key date to kind of remember here. So when Chiron goes direct, Chiron is the Greek god, the Roman, I said Roman, well, I guess be Roman too, but it's more Greek. The Greek god, he's the wounded healer. Okay, so it's all about healing here. So Chiron was going backwards, it was in its retrograde vibration, and then it stops and it's now going forward on December 26th, okay? So there can be more of a theme of deeper wisdom and compassion and wholeness and a restorative energy that really wants to come through. But with the full moon in Cancer happening on the same day, Cancer is water sign, emotions, right? There could be a little bit of this resistance to that, okay? And that is, everything happens, you know, for a reason, right? So you could say also, if you wanted to refer to this card, or even the third week, that these are both red lights, right? Okay, so we have to slow down here for a reason. And I would say that is a little bit of slowdown during the winter time. Not everybody who watches this may be in the US, right? So they may have different seasons and times like this. But I would say more about Pinky, really? Pinky, shh, shh, shh. Hey, come here. Come here. What are you doing? You're making so much noise. I would say, sorry guys, that is more about the calendar year, right? So coming towards the end of the calendar year and getting ready for the new year, right? There's always a lot of expectations and people making New Year's resolutions and all of these things. Pinky, Pinky, do you want me to put you on camera? What are you doing? Sorry guys, 1 second. Pinky, that's making a lot of noise. I know you're having fun. Come here. Come here. I want to show everybody how cute you are. You want to show everybody how handsome you are. Everybody wants to see you. They said, where's this crazy orange little kitty cat? Hmm? Oh, okay. Chill out. Silly boy. All right. Sorry, Aries. Okay, let's keep going though. So we're almost close to the end of your reading here, but excuse me, we also want to talk about your tarot confirmation card. So when this one comes in, it's going to confirm all 4 weeks, all 4 cards at the top that we just talked about. And it is a combination of past and future energy, but also that there's still 2 other cards here that were underneath your Hermit card, your 4th card, that we need to go over as well. You could put it with both of them, right? But let's talk about it before we get to that confirmation card here real quickly. All right. So we have, let me situate myself here. Oh, going the wrong way. All right. So Aries, we have, these are energies from the past that made it possible. I call them the sponsor cards that made it possible for the Hermit to show up here, and your future, current, present energies in the reverse position. So in the past, we've got the Two of Swords in the reverse position, and then we have the Ace of Staves in the right side up position here, Aries. So it looks like here in the past, somebody was really, you know, ready to make some type of decision to gain more mental clarity, to let go of anxiety, worry, or overthinking, to integrate their heart chakra, their emotions with their logical mind, crown chakra, with that Two of Swords in the reverse position. And then when you pair it with the Ace of Staves in the right side up position, this is really about some type of energetic, let's say, endings and new beginnings. It could not just be energetic, it could be physical as well in the 3D world, 5D, whatever it is, or both, right? Vice versa. But it's really about, in the past here, Aries, there was some type of birthing of something new. Okay, we have the Ankh symbol in this Ace of Staves in the right side up position. When we're talking about staves or wands, it can look very phallic like, so it's a metaphor for that fertility of planting something for the future, right? So again, I feel like that there's, Aries, a lot of like expectations that we're talking about this time with your reading. Okay, so a lot of maybe pressure is on you at this time, or pressure on someone else you're dealing with, multiple people, general environment situation. But it's like, it doesn't mean that you're not up to the task or they're not up to the task, but it is like, in order to fully embrace this ending, new beginning, the planting of new seeds for, let's say, even the new year, then we still really have to like tap into our intuition and our gut reactions to things. So now we're going to talk about your tarot confirmation card that was sitting on top of the Hermit card. All right, so again, this is energy that is past and future. Okay, you always have free will. This is the energy as of right now that we're picking up. All right, so you've got the Four of Cups in the right side up position that was sitting on top of this Hermit card here. So with the Four of Cups in the right side up position, I'm bringing it a little closer here for you guys to see. It's like this past and future energy here is telling you, Aries, that if there is something that you are bored with, if there is something that is not as emotionally satisfying or fulfilling for you, just like how we started off your reading with that Queen of Cups in the right side, in the reverse position. If you pair it together with that Four of Wands, oh my God, I'm messing up all the stuff right now. If you pair it with the Four of Cups, it's like, well, I could be patient. I should be patient for something better to come in, something more emotionally fulfilling, challenging, satisfying. I should wait so I'm not bored, but it's really hard, right? So it's also like a new perspective is needed in some way here, Aries. Maybe it is something about, again, going back to the Queen of Cups in the reverse position, something about embracing something non-traditional, or embracing emotional maturity, or coming into our confidence here. It's going to be different for everybody, the details, since again this is a general reading, but you know, usually when I get the Four of Cups in my own reading, I'll be like, oh, that totally makes sense, I get it. But I'm also excited because it's not going to change. I mean, it's not going to change. It is going to change, but only if we change our perspective about being patient, or about changing the way that we're looking at something here, okay? So that's what we have as far as the tarot. Now let's go ahead and look at your oracle card here, Aries, real quickly before we switch over to Taurus. All right, so this is for this time period or even beyond. This is from this new deck I got, so pretty. It's called Bone and Earth and Bone. All right, but the card that you got is the Rider card number 12. And it looks really cool. It looks almost like Sleepy Hollow or something, Headless Horseman, right? But it says movement, quick decisions, and progress. Okay, so hopefully it will focus there and you'll be able to see it. All right. I would really, if there was one card I could put your oracle card here with, Aries, I would definitely put it with the Five of Staves in the right side up position in that second week. Okay, so making, you know, decisions with the help of our support system, friends, family, mental health care worker, lovers, etc. But not taking life so seriously at the same time, right? So having progress and getting out of, let's say, stagnant energy, so moving a little bit faster, right? Moving faster in some ways, but then slowing down in others, okay? So we have to do that. If it's always fast, then we don't get enough rest, and sometimes we can make the wrong decisions if we're going too quickly, okay? But I really feel that it is, again, about progress. It says that in the card here as well for you, Aries. All right, so we're going to go ahead and wrap up your reading here, but I wanted to say again that if you want to see the one photo of all the cards here that I've pulled for you, all you have to do is go to Facebook and go to Malessea's Magic Light, which is my name here, and look for this video once it's posted, and in the first two comments there'll be a photo for Aries and a photo for Taurus. If you want to see it, I just posted it and it's there and it's free. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and look at the time for our timestamps. We're at about 35, almost 36 minutes. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and transition over to Taurus. All right. So thank you, Aries. All right, so we're going to do some sound healing and clear the energy of the cards. I'm going to light a little bit of incense, I think, if I can find my lighter. I don't know if I left it close enough. If not, that's okay. And we're going to let the crystals charge on the cards as well for a little bit before we do our shuffling. All right. Just throw these in here randomly before we really clear the energy. Okay. All the crystals, yes. Do I have a lighter? Let's see, hold on. Thought I had one here. Maybe not. Damn, okay. I thought I had one here, but maybe not. Okay. Just kidding. I guess we won't be doing the incense, but that's alright. Alright. Some people can't handle smoke or incense, so we'll do it the other way, right? Which is with our intention, our vibration, and with some sound healing. So we're gonna do that. All right, let me just get some water here. I don't know why I got hot all of a sudden. This weather has been so up and down. All right. So for people who are just tuning in now or tuning in later, right, we're about to clear the energy for Taurus. Go ahead and switch this to Taurus as well. So this is a good time to take a couple of deep breaths if you feel guided to tap into your body. It's a good time for me to also reconnect with my guides and make sure that I am delivering the messages to you guys as clearly as possible. All right, so here we go. This is going to be for Taurus, and if you're sensitive to sound, you may want to turn it down just a little bit. Sometimes it gets loud. All right, so here we go for Taurus. Let's see, Taurus, what's coming up for you for December. All right, so we're going to start off by doing some shuffling first. Okay, spirits, guide my hands, please. Messages for Earth sign Taurus, the Bull, for December 2023. What do they need to see to know? Spirits, guide my hands, please. Messages for Earth sign Taurus, the Bull, for their highest good and intention vibration for December 2023. Spirits, guide my hands, please. Messages for Earth sign Taurus, the Bull. Messages for Taurus, the Bull, for December 2023. Spirits, guide my hands, please. Messages for Earth sign Taurus, the Bull, for December 2023. 4 cards only, please. Spirits, messages for Earth sign Taurus, the Bull, for December. Whoa, everything wants to come out fast. Whoa. Sound bells going again. Okay. Whoa, Taurus. All right. Spirits, guide my hands, please. Messages for Earth sign Taurus, the Bull, for December. Spirits, guide my hands, please. Messages for Earth sign Taurus, the Bull, for December. Okay. And then we're going to take the top and the bottom here for you, Taurus. That was very strong energy when your cards were coming out. It was like, this one, no, I'm not sure, but yes. Okay, so that's something we'll talk about for the 4th card in the 4th week of December. But let's keep going and shuffle and pull all of your cards before we get into it here. So spirits, love and light, respect and reverence before, during, and after. Thank you for all advice and wisdom and guidance given. And thank you, of course, for listening. Spirits, messages for Earth sign Taurus, the Bull, for December. Spirits, guide my hands, please. What does Earth sign Taurus, the Bull, need to know, see, feel for December 2023? Spirits, guide my hands, please. Messages for Earth sign Taurus, the Bull, for December 2023. 1 card only, please. Spirits, messages for Taurus. All right. Coming out fast again here, Taurus. So we're going to take the top and the bottom as well. All right. 1 more deck. Let's move some of this away. All right. Thank you guys for your patience. Messages for Earth sign Taurus, the Bull, please, for December 2023. Taurus. Spirits, guide my hands, please. Messages for Earth sign Taurus, the Bull, for December 2023. 1 card only, please, for Taurus. Okay. Let's put that there. And let's go ahead and figure out exactly where they and how they want to receive. Spirits want to receive these cards here for you, Taurus. So just going to confirm the reversals and see exactly if that's the way that they wanted them to come out. All right. So spirits, do you want the Hermit card in the reverse position to represent the 2nd tarot card for this Taurus December 2023 reading? Okay, thank you. And let's do these first. And turn that down. Spirits in love and light, respect and reverence before, during, and after. Thank you for all advice, wisdom, and guidance given. And thank you, of course, for listening. Spirits, did you want the Devil card in the reverse position to represent what's on top of this Hermetic Tarot deck for this Taurus December 2023 reading? Okay. Now let's see, where do they want? Oh wait, one more confirm and then we'll figure it out. And spirits, did you want the Two of Cups in the reverse position to represent the one and only tarot confirmation card for this Taurus December 2023 reading? Okay, thank you. All right, Taurus, let's see. A little music back here. Well, I think these two are going to go here in your third week, and these two, you got a little bit of one step forward, two steps back here, Taurus, in the first and the fourth week, but we're going to break it down. Let's see if they want it in the first week first. Let's confirm that. If not, it might be the fourth. All right, let's see here. Spirits, did you want me to talk about the Devil in the reverse position and the Nine of Swords in the right side up position when I talk about the Eight of Swords in the right side up position? Yes, okay, thank you. And what else here? Spirits, did you want me to talk about the King of Swords in the right side up position and the Magician in the right side up position when I talk about the Ace of Swords in the right side up position? Thank you. All right. So we got it now, Taurus. Let's go ahead and take your picture before I forget of all your cards, and then we'll go ahead and get started. I'm just going to stand up here, so make sure we don't have any glare going on in your photo. And everything's on the table. Okay, I think that's good. Let me double check. Yep. All right. So let's see what time it is so we know for our time stamps. We are at about 46 minutes and a half. All right. Almost 47. Okay, so let's call out your cards here, Taurus, and we're going to go one by one. All right. So again, for people who are just tuning in, this is a general reading meant for multiple people, right? And it can cover a variety of topics. It can be about you or about someone you're dealing with, multiple people you're dealing with, your general environment situation. Everyone is welcome, regardless of where you have Taurus in your chart. All right, so let's see here, Taurus. Call out your cards. You've got the Eight of Swords in the right side up position. You have the Hermit in the reverse position. You have the Ace of Swords in the right side up position, and you have the Ten of Swords in the right side up position here. All right, and then we'll talk about what's on the top and the bottom of each deck as we go through and where Spirit wants to talk about those particular cards. All right. Yeah, Taurus, what's going on here? Let's see. You have three major arcanas, okay? So you've got two in the past position and you've got one in the current present position. All right, so you've got the Devil, Capricorn energy, you've got the Magician, Gemini, Sagittarius energy, and you have the Hermit, Virgo energy. So for some of you guys, Taurus, you could be dealing with a Capricorn, a Gemini, Sagittarius, or a Virgo. If not that, then you could have a lot of that heavily in your birth chart, or someone else you're dealing with does, or could even be referencing Capricorn season, Virgo season of this year, last year, or even next year. So always can, keep that in mind. And then it could also mean nothing to you at all, and that's okay too. So if that part doesn't resonate, you just put it aside. It's for someone else. All right. But I do like to call out the majors in the beginning here. So I'm pretty sure that your minor arcana here, Taurus, is Swords. But we're going to go ahead and count just to make sure. All right. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Swords cards. All right. We've got 1 Cup card, and the other 3 are majors. So the Swords is definitely the prominent energy here in your minor arcana. Now, what does that mean? That can be talking about an underlying theme throughout your reading. So swords in the tarot talk about air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, as far as the zodiac frequencies go. But they mainly talk about our mental health. Is our mental health in a good place, a not so good place? Are we having a lot of clarity? Are we having a lot of confusion, right? Excuse me. So that's kind of going on a lot here in the background of your reading. I haven't had a reading in quite a while, you know, for the general readings here, Taurus, that has, you know, this many swords cards or this many minor arcana cards. So even if they weren't 5 swords in your reading and there was 5 cups or 5 wands, that's still a lot. Okay. So it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it is, you know, again, talking about one step forward, one step forward, 2 steps back kind of energy here for you. But there's still some good stuff, so not to worry. Never want to come from a place of fear or anything like that. All right. So, and there's still a lot of potential as well. So let's, though, you know, break it down one by one here for you, Taurus. So we called out the cards, the first 4 cards, but let's also talk about you know, the potential time frame that some of these things may occur. So I'll say the dates real quickly and then I'll say them again when we're on each card. They're not like super important, all right? But we said that the first card can be from around December 1st through the 8th. Second card can be from around December 10th through the 18th. The third card can be from around December 19th through the 25th. And the fourth card can be from around December 26th through the 31st or so, or maybe even into some parts of January, right? So again, that's just kind of like a general guideline. But let's go one by one here, Taurus, and see what we have here for you. So your first card here is the 8 of Swords in the right side up position. And this could be energy that we're picking up from the recent past because it's your first card. All right. And this is, you know, around that first week or so of December. It could be around December 1st through the 8th, but again, not set in stone. But this is one of my like favorite, if you can have a favorite swords card, when the swords are going in that downwards position. If the sword is going up, it's always a great time, right? It's party time. There's a lot of mental clarity if the sword was going up. But because these swords are going down, there is a little bit of anxiety, worry, or overthinking. But the good part about this card and why it's my favorite swords card that has the downward position of the swords is because she's aware and she's trying to work on it, okay? So we see this Japanese woman fanning herself, this geisha-like type woman, and we see water in the background. So water in the tarot represents our emotions. So she's kind of like starting to make the correlation of emotions affecting our mental health, our anxiety, worry, overthinking, or being too much up in the head. And that's kind of the energy, again, when the swords are in that downwards position, how they're drawn on these cards, okay, or depicted on these cards. So she's kind of aware of it and she's trying to work on it, okay? It's like a limbo time period though, okay? So, you know, if we were to pause and look at your whole reading here, Taurus, and say, you know, when is the best time to accomplish something that is within my control? An example like travel, but it doesn't have to be travel. It could just be anything that you want to manifest in particular. When is the best time throughout the whole month of December that I should do that, or someone should do that with a lot of Taurus energy? I would say that the 3rd week is going to be that best time here for you, Taurus. So anywhere between December 19th through the 25th or so, okay? Or just the middle of December, if you want to say it like that. So, you know, your other weeks here, your 1st and 2nd week is more of an orange and red light. Your 3rd week is going to be green, and then your 4th week is going to be a little bit of red again. But there's also potential to switch that towards the end of the reading. You always have potential, right? You always have free will and choice. This is the energy we're picking up as of right now. Excuse me. So Taurus, let's go ahead and see, why you're starting off your reading here with all of these swords and why you've got the Eight of Swords in the right side up position here for you. So this is when we talk about what's on the top and the bottom of the other deck, okay? So I like to call these the sponsor cards that made it possible for this other one to come out, okay? So we've got that Devil in the reverse position here, Capricorn energy, okay? And then we also have the Nine of Swords in the right side up position here for you, Taurus. So you got Eight of Swords in the current present energies and then Nine of Swords reversed, okay? So again, it's like you would think you would have Nine of Swords after the Eight of Swords if we were going in numerological order. Why can't I say that? You know what I mean? If the numbers were going in order from 8 to 9, but instead it's going from 9 to 8, okay? So it's again a little bit of this back and forth kind of energy, one step forward, two steps back. But in the past, there was this really beautiful energy here, Taurus, of the Devil in the reverse position, right? That's how we want to see this card, okay? So there was a striving for balance, to let go of certain types of addictions or, things being out of moderation. So in the past here, someone or some person or multiple people, general environment situation, was really striving to do that, really wanting to do that. But because there was this Nine of Swords energy, a lot of anxiety, worry, overthinking, staying up late at night, physical exhaustion from mental exhaustion, it might have been really hard to do that, or vice versa, right? The Nine of Swords, they call it in this deck, in the Hermetic deck, the Lord of Despair and Cruelty, right? Feeling like the world is just completely against you type of energy. So it's like, let me put this Nine of Swords down. Let's put that down, right? Let's let that go here, Taurus. But if you put the Devil in reverse sitting on top of the Eight of Swords, it's like, again, she's aware, she's fanning herself, she's seeing the emotions and how they may affect mental clarity. She's wanting to put things more in moderation and balance, but it's not quite happening yet. It's like the beginning stages here, okay? Or if it's not the beginning stages, you could be like, I've been doing that my whole life, or this person's been doing that for a really long time, or this environment has been trying to say that for a long time or do that for a long time. That definitely can be true, but it is, again, everything is in its own divine timing, okay? So I would say right here in this part of the reading, Taurus, you're having some similarities with Aries, which is natural, right? So let's say if you are sun sign Taurus, you're going to have, or whatever your sun sign is, the sign before you and the sign after you, you're going to share a lot of traits with. So sometimes the readings will have a little bit of crossover, just a little bit, not all. But I say that because you also have the Hermit in the reverse position here, Taurus. It's in your second week, and I think Aries had it in its fourth week, something like that. It doesn't matter, right? The exact stuff. But with this Hermit in the reverse position, following the Eight of Swords, your first card and your second card, there is something where the intuition is not being listened to, or someone is wanting to distract themselves and not listen to what they really think about somebody or something. Could have something to do with the general astrology, but it doesn't really feel like that as much as it feels like what I just said. In the second week, what do we have going on in general astrology? We have a new moon in Sagittarius on the 12th. Okay, this makes sense again. I'm always like, oh, and then there's Mercury retrograde on the 13th. Yeah, that actually does make sense here, Taurus, okay? So Mercury shares a lot of, earth placements as well as air placements, okay? So you, Taurus, being an earth sign, or depending on where you have Taurus in your chart, when Mercury stops and it starts going in its backwards vibration, rotation, retrograde, right? It's like it's going to affect our communication with ourselves and others and electronics and certain things, right? Finances or travel a little bit affected as well. But here, it's more about affecting communication with the self. Again, kind of like a little bit of what I said in the Aries reading, but in a different way, where it's like not trusting of the self, or like second guessing ourselves, or someone is second guessing something within themselves. Okay, so that's a little bit of what's going on here in that second week. But thank God, Taurus, when we come to the third week, things finally start to brighten up a little bit. Okay, so now we've got the sword in the right side up position. Okay, so we go from the Hermit in the reverse position to the Ace of Swords in the right side up position. And we said this could be from around December 19th through the 25th or so. But now we've got mental clarity. Now we have some type of ending, new beginning. That sword is cutting back the vines and our path, cutting back the old stuff, making room for the new, right? Anytime we have aces, it also strengthens our innate talents and gifts. So that's why I said in the beginning of the reading here, Taurus, if there is something that you wanted to accomplish in particular that is within your control, that the third week of December is going to be the best time to do that, right? We see the mountain in the background, the clouds. It just has a lot of this, sorry, let me turn that down. A lot of this airy type of energy, even though swords are, well, yeah, swords are air energy, duh. Okay, so that does make sense. I was like, wait, I feel a lot of water energy too in your reading, which is weird because, yeah, normally swords are air energy, but it kind of goes back to the water and the air being together, right? The first card in the reading, that she's aware that her mental health is important. She's aware that her emotions can cloud her judgment. So that's why it feels like your reading is really watery in some ways here, Taurus, because it's about emotions underneath that, right? So our emotions, of course, are going to affect our mental health, good or bad, or in between, or whatever, right? The ebbs and flows that we all have. So let's see what's underneath this really great energy, though, in the third week here, Taurus. All right, so this is where Spirit wanted to put these cards. So why did we get this wonderful Ace of Swords in the right side up position here for you, Taurus, in the third week? Well, because in the past we had the King of Swords and we had the Magician, right? So with the King of Swords energy, it's someone that is very confident, that is, you know, in authority. Okay, so the king is here fishing for his village. He's using the sword here as a tool, not a weapon, let's say. So he's using it to help himself and others so they can eat and all that good stuff. But he is really clear on what he wants and doesn't want, or what he needs to do, right? Again, mental clarity. And when you put that together here, Taurus, in the past, again, it could be a couple of days ago, weeks, months, years, etc., with the Magician card in the right side up position, it's like Magician is the ultimate manifester, right? He has the infinity symbol over his head, right? So endless energy. He has all the tools he needs. He has every minor arcana, the cups, the wands, the swords, the pentacles, they're all on his table, right? So he has everything that he needs. It's a very abundant energy here in the past. So thinking more clear-headed in the past and feeling like a manifester, feeling confident, feeling supported, feeling like you have, or someone has, or the environment has all the tools that you need or they need, etc. So that's what was going on, and these made it possible for this Ace of Swords in the right side up position here to show up in your third week. All right, let's see what else here, Taurus. Sorry guys, I need water. I'm like hot and then also a little dehydrated, I think. Running around today doing all the things. So Yeah, so let's talk about this fourth week here. It's good though, Taurus. I have to start off by saying that, okay? It's another swords card and it's an intense one, right? But it's the end, Taurus. It's the Ten of Swords, right? You had in the past position underneath your first card, let me put them together. You had the Nine of Swords in the past, and then finally here in the fourth week, you got the Ten of Swords, okay? And we said this could be from around December 26th through the 31st, or maybe even into the first couple of days of January. So with this Nine of Swords energy finally coming to the Ten of Swords energy here, Taurus, it's like now it's going to be done, okay? So we talk about the numbers in the tarot. 10 is the highest number, so it represents endings and new beginnings. So 10s in the tarot, whether it's 10 of Swords or 10 of Cups or 10 of Wands, whatever it is, it has a little bit of that ace energy as far as being an ending and a new beginning. But here we see this Japanese warrior, and he's placed 10 swords into the body of this person, okay? So this is like the ultimate, but the end of mental anxiety, worry, overthinking, being physically exhausted because we're overthinking everything. So this is the end of that, Taurus, right? So that's why it's good in a way, because you had all these swords, 5 swords cards in your whole reading. Finally, when we get to the end of December, beginning of January, that's going to be done with, right? So I would say, you know, look out for burnout, okay? Mental burnout that leads to physical exhaustion. Just be aware of that. Again, if you celebrate the holidays, depending on where you are in the world and your traditions and culture, etc., whatever, if there's a lot of that stuff, just make sure you make some extra time to just turn off the phone, turn off the computer, turn off whatever, okay? Just find ways to balance and get back to some calming energies here for you, Taurus. Now, very interesting here, your whole reading, Taurus. You have as your tarot confirmation card that sits on top of the Ten of Swords, you got the Two of Cups, but it's reversed, all right? So there can be, and this is past and future energy. Anytime we talk about your tarot confirmation card, it always leaves it up to you. You always have free will and choice. Excuse me. This is just the energy we're picking up as of right now, right? So with the Two of Cups in the reverse position here, Taurus, is like, is there some type of relationship, emotional relationship or partnership? It could be romantic, it could be a work partnership, it could be with friends or family, or even our partnership, the most important, with ourself, that's out of balance here when the Two of Cups shows up in that reverse position. So it's like, Taurus, how do we flip it right side up? How do we get more balance in one of those relationships or all of those relationships, right? Because when Two of Cups is reversed, it's like someone is giving too much or someone is not giving enough. There is an unbalanced energy in some type of partnership or multiple partnerships, okay? So I feel that it is more of, again, the most important relationship we have is with ourselves. So I feel like that is some type of imbalance within the self. And that because it's sitting on the Ten of Swords, it's the imbalance of just overthinking. The whole reading we're talking about swords and the overthinking and the anxiety, worry. To balance that out. How do we get out of our head? We get back into our body. We go for a walk. We go for a run. We go swimming, whatever physical activity we can do, right? We call a friend, we watch a comedy, we take a bath, we play with animals, we go to a break room and break things, we scream at the top of our lungs, whatever it is, right? To get out of that head energy and get back into our physical body, to ground ourselves, to calm ourselves, right? And so that's going to be really important. So when I felt like a lot of your reading here, Taurus, was emotional, even though you have a lot of air energy here. Again, we know the emotions affect our mental health. So what are we missing from your reading? You can tell a lot by any reading to see what cards are missing. You've got a little bit earth here in the past. Again, all this air, a little bit of water, and kind of a little bit of fire with the Magician card, but not fully a fire card. You have no wands cards at all here. So wands are our physical body, our health, right? So again, pay attention to the health, and use that as a way to let the other stuff go, right? So go out and sweat in some way, however you may do that, right? But yeah, I think good things are coming here for you, Taurus. So let's see what your oracle card is for this time period or beyond. And it's from this really pretty new oracle deck I got called Earth and Bone. All right, so the one that you got here is card number 4, Apprentice. Very cool. And we see this woman looking up, and there's a full moon behind her, and she's holding some kind of animal bones or skulls here. But it says higher education, beliefs, and wisdom. I want to put that with your third card, the Ace of Swords in the right side up position. Okay. How cool is that, Taurus? All right. Again, that could be referencing the full moon in December, full moon in Cancer on December 26th, right? I haven't really been reading from the book here with those cards, but I just want to see real quickly. I'm not going to read all of it. It's usually self-explanatory, but they do give you an affirmation. So maybe I'll just read the affirmation for you here, Taurus. All right, so the affirmation is, I embrace the highest version of myself. I am willing to believe that by raising my vibration, I attract more of what I desire. I am aware everything is aligned with divine timing. That's beautiful, Taurus. I want to say that second part again, or I'll just say it all again. I embrace the highest version of myself. I am willing to believe that by raising my vibration, I attract more of what I deserve. I am aware everything is aligned with divine timing. Yeah, the law of attraction, right? So yeah, that is what I have here for you, Taurus. And again, if you want to see the one photo of all the cards, I will be posting that in a few minutes here. So all you have to do is go to my Facebook page, Malessea Magic Light, and look up where I've posted this video, and I always put it in the first comments. So you see one photo for Aries, and then you'll see the other photo for Taurus. It's free. I just like to post it if that's something that you're interested in. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So enjoy this time period, and thank you guys as always for your likes, views, subscriptions, and shares here on YouTube. So if you feel guided and you want to like this video, it does help circulate it more on the internet. And if you want to share this with anyone, friends or family, or even on your own social media, that does help as well. And if you want to subscribe here on YouTube or follow me on Facebook, that also helps on the Malessea's Magic Light, or even on my personal page. You can do that as well. So thank you guys so much, and I will be back not tomorrow but Sunday with the rest of the signs. We're going to continue going through the order that we're on. So on Sunday I will be doing Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, and I think maybe Libra, Scorpio, but that may be a lot for one day. So we'll see, but we'll definitely at least try to get 4 of those done on Sunday for you guys. All right. So anyway, take care. Thank you guys. Bye.